Good evening guys, Matt here and welcome to this brand new review. Hope you're all doing very well. In tonight's video I thought that I would take a fragrance from my collection and literally just bring you guys a review that not a lot of people are talking about. This is a scent that I would definitely call a shadowed fragrance in terms of its reviews. Just people aren't really mentioning this, and to be honest I don't know why. The fragrance we're going to be talking about is wow, I can't even talk. The fragrance we're going to be talking about is Yohji Homme from Yohji Yamamoto. Now this fragrance is of course a designer scent from Japan, so it's not often that I get to review fragrances from different countries. I mean, of course there's France, Italy, Spain, England, America, just to name a few, but Japan's one of the rarest ones. In fact, I reviewed a fragrance called Tsukio, which was another Japanese fragrance. That one comes from a house called Anayake, I think it's called, Anayake. But this fragrance is incredible, and I cannot wait to review it for you. So this is a fragrance that was reissued. This came out in 2014, but there was an original Yohji Homme that came out in 1999, and that fragrance was, I think it was the same as this one, but this one is a little bit, it's been a bit modernized. I think that one was a bit spicy. It had a lot more notes in it, pretty much. This one is based off it, so I don't know if it's the same fragrance. I don't know if it's exactly the same formula. I mean, it's probably not, but if you guys could let me know. I enjoy this. It isn't one of the most long-lasting fragrances in my collection, but the smell of it is something to really admire. Now, I got this from House of Fraser like 6 years ago, and as you guys can see, I've only used like 30% of the juice. The reason I don't wear this that much is because it's not that I don't like it. I actually love this fragrance. The only reason I don't wear it a lot is because I've just got so many other fragrances to wear really above this one. But this is just fantastic. So let's get into the note breakdown. So I don't want to talk about the 1999 version. If I had the original version, then I would be talking about that version, but for the sake of this video we are going to be talking about the 2014 release version, which is this one. So there is a database for it here on Fragrantica, so we're going to look at it and we're going to base it off that. So here we go. Now I'm just looking at the note differences between both versions, and the original had a lot of spices. This one does have those spices, but just definitely not as much. It's definitely modernized when you look at the notes, but this fragrance was created by a guy named Olivier Pichot, and Pichot is very famous for creating Azzaro Pour Homme Intense, not to mention Azzaro Chrome Legend. Some 3 sprays right there, and as this is drying down I'm really gonna just explain the notes. So now the top notes for Yohji Homme are licorice, juniper, sage, cardamom and bergamot. So we actually get a very spicy opening with this licorice note, and it's just delightful. It isn't like a Lolita Lempicka or masculine kind of licorice. This one kind of reminds me of, say, because it has some other notes in the middle, I don't want to mention them just yet, it really is counteracting with the licorice. It's just, yeah, it isn't like a fresh licorice, it isn't like a or even like a sweet candied licorice or anything. This is like this to me smells more like the root, like the actual licorice root. It's just very, very, very nice. Very, very nice. Very warm. Very sexy in my opinion. And it actually smells a lot like another fragrance to me as well, but I'm not going to mention it just yet. The middle notes now, because the middle notes really do play a big part in the scent, and what we get in the middle, we get the notes of rum. Very nice. Coffee, and then we get some geranium. So what this fragrance is, it really leans towards this coffee covered licorice with this booziness from the rum, which really does give this fragrance, this real, I don't want to say what I always say, suave sophistication, but it's literally what it is. It gives the fragrance this this really nice flair, and it just smells really, really nice. And at this point, the fragrance to me actually smells very, very similar to a long gone discontinued fragrance from Thierry Mugler, and that fragrance was B-Men. Now, if you guys have smelled B-Men, this is what the bottle looked like. You guys might recognize it. I've never owned a full bottle of that, but I used to have a sample of it that I got from my friend Matt. It's very, very good stuff. If you can get a hold of B-Men, it's awesome. But this is very, very similar to it because this shares that same licorice smell, although B-Man also has this anise note, so it gives it much more of a licorice warmth. This one is very, very similar in that aspect, so, but it's not completely the same in my opinion. I think with the rum added in this, it really does give this fragrance this kind of purer smell, if that even makes sense. Because when it dries down, the fragrance starts to get a little bit more subtle. That coffee note starts to actually come through a little bit more. The licorice starts to dry down, and then what you're left with is this very nice musk. And I mean, as the notes in the dry down simply are cedarwood, leather, musk, and patchouli. So it, like I said, it very much dries down from the licorice and turns into this very soft coffee-based musk type of scent. I would say there is a little bit of leather as well in the dry down to really give it this very nice, like I always say, sophistication. But that's what it is, and it's really, really good stuff. I think it's one of those scents that I think when it was released, people didn't like it because it wasn't the same as the original. But I think because now that this one's discontinued as well, this one is actually going for quite a lot of money as well on eBay. I was able to get this from House of Fraser when it was on sale. I think I paid about £15 for this 100ml, which was just a bargain for me, really. So the fact that it is getting harder and harder to find, the prices for it are actually getting a little bit ridiculous in all fairness, which is usually the case, you know what I mean? But yeah, guys, really, really nice scent. Like I said, if you're into licorice, if you're into coffee, if you're into very subtle but very nice blends, this is a great one to go for. It's not got the best longevity on it, but I think when you do wear this, it does have a very nice sillage. It does project nicely for like the first few hours, and then as it's drying down, it does turn into this very nice light coffee musk sort of scent. There is some cedarwood as well in the dry down, creating that sweetness, but just the smell overall is just absolutely beautiful. I actually get a little bit of a Midnight in Paris from Van Cleef sort of vibe with this. Maybe even a little bit of a Rochus Man kind of smell as well because of that coffee note. But a scent in its own realm, in my opinion. This is a scent that really does deserve more credit. And if you guys have smelt it, do let me know. If you guys haven't smelt it, then I would really recommend you guys just maybe get a sample, and if you do like it, maybe then you can commit yourself to paying all the big bucks for this. I mean, you might even be able to find this fragrance still for sale for really cheap. It just really depends on the source, really. So, but yeah, that's all I have to say, guys. Thank you so much for watching this review. Really means a lot that you guys are watching my content. It's feeling great, getting back into the swing of things. Yeah, stay tuned for more content on the FragranceMatt channel. I ain't giving up anymore, guys. This is something that I'm really into, and it feels great to be back. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and thank you so much for checking out this review on Yohji Homme by Yohji Yamamoto. A very, very nice spicy scent which just deserves more love. It's really, really good stuff. So thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Keep smelling good. Bye, guys.